folks. Welcome to our virtual guided session from Matt's computer, which should look exactly the same to you. Please, somebody reassure us that
that everything's working.
That we changed all the inputs and the levels properly. My computer did die 20 minutes ago, so it's been a mad scramble. So fortunately we had Plan B, and we're so delighted to be here with our Plan B. So, if you're just joining us for the first time, we're Matt and Shannon Heaton. We're in Medford, Massachusetts, and we're trying to play tunes for an hour that are fairly common and also accommodating a few requests along the way at a very laid-back pace. So, welcome, Pat. Welcome, Peter. Welcome, Mary. Oh, how nice to see you, Aga from Poland. Oh, and Reston, Virginia, Barbara, hello. And Diana and Mayo and David in Colorado Springs and Saul in Michigan. Hello and welcome. Saul, I have something special prepared for you a little later on.
Saul gave us we got the first, yep, everything's okay. So
great.
Here we go.
Okay,
yeah.
Phew.
Yeah.
All right, folks. Well, we're going to start off with Haste to the Wedding, a jig in D. It starts like this. And we're going for a real laid-back pace to warm up our fingers and to settle down. 1, 2. They're standard tunes for a reason. They've made the cut. They're good.
Yeah.
They're quality. They're quality operations.
Yeah, absolutely they are.
So we're going to carry on with more quality tunes. Folks, last week I mentioned, and I'll say again, this session started as an in-person endeavor to get folks who are learning or folks who are working on second instruments, give people a chance to play tunes at not so fast a pace with maybe stronger leadership, with some more seasoned players leading the tunes and setting the pace. So we're trying to play tunes from the guided session playlist. And you can find that on my website, ShannonHeatonMusic.com, on the instruction page. I've got lots of resources for maybe tunes that you can expect to hear on this program. So anyway, there you go. There's a resource for you. And my deep thanks. There are three other folks who have helped me kind of compile these lists of tunes and lists of videos of the tunes and great resources there. So anyway, we're going to carry on with the Galway Rambler and the Dunmore Lasses in G major and E minor. I'll write those in.
Yeah. And it is very exciting that we managed to get things going, because I got to tell you guys, about half an hour ago, it was looking a little dicey. It was looking a little dicey for us. But yeah, we're doing all right. And other
right, because my computer died, so we
Yeah.
had to switch things over
Right.
fairly quickly.
Yeah, but it worked.
We did it.
Seems
We
like
did it.
We did it.
Okay.
I'm gonna quit talking about it now. Here we go. I just had to say something.
All right, so aiming for a moderate,
Oh, yeah.
really, really laid back pace of 63. That's the Galway Rambler. It's in G da 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 da. Sorry. And then the Dunmore Lasses is right. Hi, Jalen, and welcome. We're so happy to see you folks, and hope that everybody continues to be well. It's really lovely when you check in. 1, 2.
two channels. See, we just got done bragging about how quickly we were able to change things over to the other computer.
Yes, in case you're just joining us, Matt's Shannon's computer, my computer, has passed away about 25 minutes ago, and so we switched everything over to Matt's computer here, his old laptop, and there were a lot of settings and inputs to change, and clearly we didn't nail them all. So now you should have a stereo mix in just a moment.
How's that?
Thank you for letting us know, folks.
Yeah.
Definitely to err is human, and there's a lot of humanity
There's a lot of
on this program,
Yeah.
on this weekly program,
Yeah.
including last week. I meant to play the Rathawaun slide for you. This is such a great tune. I know this tune, of course, from the great Julia Clifford, Dennis Murphy, Julia Clifford, and they play it into the Hare and the Corn, and it's also recorded beautifully by Mick O'Brien and Queeveen O'Reilly, and they, of course, pay homage to those wonderful Star Above the Garter album makers. So I did not play the Rathawaun jig. So this week I'm going to try again. Take 2 for the Rathawaun, and it's in the key of D. And then I wanted to go into a different tune, but it just doesn't work to go into anything but the Hare and the Corn. So it'll just be take 2 for everything.
It's all about center mono.
Oh God, your mouse is weird.
I know.
Okay, trying to type things in. Here we go.
Yeah, we're doing great. We're doing great.
Okay.
Yeah, you know what, friends? I think it's time.
Oh, and also I typed in D minor in the last tune. It was E minor. God.
Was it the right tune, though?
It was the right tune.
Well, that's good.
It's the right tune.
That's something.
Hare and the Corn in G.
Cheers, friends.
So afterwards, once this gets archived, I do put in... Oh, gosh, and now I mistyped Rathawaun. This is...
Rathawaun. Yeah, whatever.
I'm using Matt's setup here. It's all very different. Okay,
yeah,
here we go.
Fine. Okay.
Hi in Madrid. Hi in Albany. Hi, I saw somebody tuning in from from England. Hi Eileen, how lovely to see you. And John Bunch. Oh, wonderful. Hi from Germany. Hello, hello, hello. And Santi, so good to see you. And so good to hear you on some live streams. If you haven't heard Santiago Molina play, he's a very lovely piper and flute player. And it's been fun to hear our peers on some of these live streams. So here we go. Rathawaun. Down dee dee da da dee 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 do 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 da da. Wrath of Wan. 1, 2, ready.
that change is so good. It's true, of course. When you have these tunes that there's a famous recording, and so you want to, people tend to play that particular set of tunes from that particular recording. Of course, it's okay to mix them up, but man, sometimes you're just not going to do any better.
All right, I see a request. Pat has a request for some lovely reels. I was going to ask for some reels. Now, I'm trying to incorporate some requests from last time around. And by the way, the Dunmore Lasses was for Lisa. So those are lovely tunes there. The new Mown Meadows. Is this...
Is that one?
I think that's the new Mown Meadows. It is a little bit of an eccentric version, but it's beautiful. It's Mike Rafferty and his brother's way of playing it. So I think that's the new Mown Meadows. If it is, Pat, please let me know, and we'll do that after this next set. So we're going to carry on. I know, well, because it takes a while for the comments to catch up with us. So we're going to do some hornpipes. We're going to do Plains of Boyle for Karen, and we're going to do Paul Halfpenny for Mary.
Good.
Okay. Oh, your mouse is really, really tough.
We're not allowed to. Okay. So years ago, someone told us that the most boring stage banter in the world is talking about traffic on the way to the gig, and I think we're experiencing the online, COVID time parallel to that, which is complaining about my mouse.
They love it. You love it, guys. Okay. All right. So trying for. Yeah, I think you're right. Okay, I'm not going to do it again. Plains. 1, 2, here we go. deep tune.
Very nice tune.
It's a very nice tune. All right, we're just going to keep the hits a coming. We're going to go on with more nice tunes. The New Mown Meadows and Devanney's Goat.
Right.
And speaking of deep tunes,
Oh, yeah.
that beautiful Paul Halfpenny, or Halfpenny as you say it, so jaunty the way you say
I'm rakish.
in that nice modally, A key. Also, another deep tune for me, a beaut, is the Golden Castle Hornpipe, and we just recently played that on. Played that with our friend Kieran Jordan as part of a great program that Mick Maloney put together, which was called Infinite Hope. If you haven't seen it already, I highly recommend it. It's a tribute to our Black American and Black and Brown Americans struggling for
equality,
some degree of equality someday. But also just to really start to recognize the systemic bias that is going to take a long time and a lot of voting to remedy. And so anyway, that was a beautiful program.
Yeah, it should be up at the Greenfields of America YouTube page. It's probably other places too, but I think they were mainly broadcasting from that. And it's about 2 hours of a lot of really great music. I mean, just a ton of people, a ton of great players contributing to that. So it was really a pleasure to be a part of that. And we're doing the New Mown Meadow and Devanney's Goat. Okay.
Yes. So another thing that's easy and wonderful to check out on YouTube is Mike Rafferty and his brother have a duet of them playing this version of the New Mown Meadows that we're going to play. And Mike is playing the flute and his brother's lilting it, and it's just one of the nicest pieces of music I've ever heard. So here we go.
And we got our tempo.
Channel.
Got our tempo.
That other tempo seems so slow. Did it? Or is this okay? 1, 2, ready.
Sorry.
I so have an association of, speaking of playing the new Mown Meadows and Devanney's Goat for maybe the Clare Plain set or something like that. I have a strong memory of Andrew McNamara playing those tunes. I think, is it on the Lahans album? If you haven't already heard, Everybody loves the Lahans. Such a great album. Matt and I spent many winters, 3 months of every year, staying in Clare Castle in right outside of Ennis. But of course, if you say to an Ennis person, you're in Clare Castle, they say it's nowhere near Ennis, even though we would walk from Clare Castle into the sessions in Ennis. But wonderful time of our lives, a lot of lovely tunes. So we're going to slow things.
Apparently I need to review one of them.
That's okay. That's an eccentric version.
That's a weird tune.
It's a beautiful tune.
Yeah, it's a great tune.
I also have an association of Tommy Peoples playing a nice version of that as well. The new Mown Meadows. But that Mike Rafferty version is fab. Okay, are you looking at something on the screen? Did we do something else wrong?
No, I'm keeping an eye out for it.
Okay. All right, so we're going to carry on with something slow. We're going to slow things down. Another request, and I don't know who this is from. This is the South Wind. South Wind. Whoever requested this. G major waltz.
And yes. I think guys, very exciting development in Heaton land this morning. Nigel, our son, and I went for a bike ride with other people this morning.
All masked.
Yep. We figured that'd work out pretty well for us.
Yes.
It was good.
And James and his family are very big mask wearers, so it felt safe. So Here we go. G major waltz. Mm-hmm. And after this, I think it's time for the offertory.
Okay. Yeah.
Or no, maybe some jigs. Yeah. Okay. All right. 1, 2, 3, G. Thanks for your nice thoughts, everyone, and thanks for joining us. This is such a treat. Ray, I see you asking for Lord Gordon's. I'm not going to do it today just because I need to go over it. I've had too many missteps in the last 2 weeks, so I'll play through it once before we play it. Next week, I'll do it, I promise. So let's do some jigs. This is the special surprise, Saul. You're going to love it. So last week, Saul had mentioned that he really enjoyed when we played the Blackthorn stick, and that he had kind of almost grown to hate this tune on the whistle. So I thought today it would be fun to play the tune on the whistle.
Hey!
And try to do it in a way that is not hateful. And then also, and again, pardon me, I can't remember who mentioned this, but such a good point. You mentioned that you often mix up the Blackthorn stick and the Maid on the green. Hello. I can relate. And so I did some soul searching, and here's what I found out. In my extensive playing through of the tune for 2 minutes. The Blackthorn stick. Second measure is a D, folks. D.
Okay.
Versus a B in Maid on the Green.
Whoa.
So the second measure of the Blackthorn stick, if you can just be vigilant about playing that D in the second measure, and then again, in the fifth measure when it occurs again, you're good to go. The rest of the tune is totally different. And then the Maid on the Green, same thing. If you can just rock that B, you're good.
Wow.
So we're going to do those two.
Wait, which one goes to the B?
The Maid on the Green.
Well, that's unfortunate.
I know, but we're not going
easier.
to overthink it.
No,
the Blackthorn stick goes to the D.
Yeah.
And the Maid on the Green in the second measure goes to the B. So that's what we're going to go for. And we're going to add onto the end of it, Frost is All Over. Had a lovely request for that one. I think it was you, Pat. Pat is getting, this is your day. Okay, here we go.
Did you want to type them in or?
Oh yeah, sorry.
Yeah. Oh god, yes, you got to do that. Yeah. No, there's nothing like a tune that waits for a few measures to actually identify itself or differentiate itself from another tune. Sinister, I tell you. But in this case, we now know that the first one goes down to a D, the second one goes down to a B.
Vigilant.
I'm going to play the same chord for both.
Vigilant. It's going to go great. Oh, and not too fast.
Oh, yeah, not
my
too fast.
gosh, there's a lot of things to think of. Okay, it'll be okay. 1, 2, here we go. Okay, that was a real journey. And you know what is very cool about that is if you do make a misstep, if you just remember the rule, made on the green, be in the second measure, you can get back. Because sometimes when you make the misstep, you can't get out of it.
Yeah, no, definitely.
So now, hopefully, this helps Shannon Heaton get back on track. And Saul, did you like that I did that on the whistle? For you. All right, so we're going to carry on now with our offertory. This is our way of thanking you. And oh, my cousin's tuning in. Hi, Mike. So this is our way of thanking you, first of all, just for being part of this amazing community that we get to be part of, too. This great Irish music community that clearly spans across continents. It is such an honor to get a chance to connect with you guys during this time. And hey, we could have been doing it all along. Our son is showing us something while I'm giving a heartfelt sermon here. Nigel, show us what you've got. And then I will continue to tell them what we're going to play in order to thank them. That's right.
He's scared of him.
Okay. There we go. There we go. And you know what else is scary? I'm going to show you. Here's what is scary. This is fairly scary. Let's see if we can see it.
Yeah. It's a little hand.
Land. Okay, so before all of this happened, before this COVID-19 took our friend Noel Scott away from our house, we were starting a massive home renovation. We had to knock down a rotten porch and excavate underneath the house and dig a new foundation. And fortunately, we're in a good place with this. It's okay that the work has not totally finished. We have a livable space. But in the excavation, we came up with some amazing things. I dug out these bottles, some of which are like over 100 years old. This one says Sawyer Crystal Bluing. This one is an old Lysol bottle. Yes, that is a beer that you are drinking. Thank you. You're like ruining my moment.
Someone was asking me.
This is a cool bottle, right? This one, oh, what a cutie. A little tiny perfume bottle. I don't know if you can see that there.
So Shannon is starting an eBay store.
No, I'm keeping them. I'm so proud of excavating them. And then this one weird doll hand. And we never found the rest of the dolls. So anyway, I found that right after I was on the phone with my dear sister in Thailand. And so we'd been speaking Thai, of course. And so in my head, as soon as I saw the arm, I said, Túktā, which means doll in Thai. And so Túktā, 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 Túktā is like a jig. So I wrote, where's my Túktā? And before that, I'm going to do a tune that I wrote for our friend Kieran Jordan. So here we go. Here's our offertory. And
did we mention the fact that with the offertory, if you feel like giving a monetary tip,
that's right. If you're still being paid to work and you can spare a little, we have a virtual tip jar. And if you can't, it's okay. We're so happy that you're all here. And here we go. The Garden Party and Where is My Túktā? Oh, that was awful. Let's try that again. The nice people deserve better.
I know, they really do.
1, 2. like it.
Shannon.
I like it. So that's a
Yeah,
brand
good
new one for Noel Scott, who is a great carpenter, and we can't wait until it's safe for him to come back and do a little bit more work with us.
Not just a great carpenter, great box player.
Yes, I was going to say,
Yeah.
and how we know him first and foremost is through his music. Wonderful accordion player. So that felt a little box-like. I kind of thought of it when I was playing the accordion.
And just so we know, I am actually drinking a light beer, friends. This is from Night Shift Brewery, which is a lovely brewery in Everett, and they are making this Night Light, they call it, which is, you know, that's my version of a diet at the moment, friends. But Shannon is scanning the comments for something important, and we are going to be continuing on with we're doing some jigs.
I was just looking to make sure that I've covered my bases. Yes. Okay. We're gonna do some reels. These were requests from last time. Ships Are Sailing and Craig's Pipes for Alex. So E minor and G maj. And I'll type in what we just did.
Oh, you did the thing again.
Oh God. Okay. Sorry.
And speaking of box players, you may know Sean McComiskey, son of the great Billy McComiskey. Sean, great physical therapist who helped me out with my. You may recall, friends, a few weeks ago I was complaining about my shoulder. Well, it hasn't gotten any better, but I quit complaining about it. But then I had a little conference with him, and he. You know that feeling when there's something wrong with you and you're not quite sure what it is, but then you learn that the thing wrong with you is exactly like this one particular thing that has been around for ages and everyone knows how to deal with. That's where I'm at. So that's good.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's going great.
What was it? E minor
Everything
and
is
G?
going great.
Okay, good.
Okay. So Jaden just said diet beer. Oh no.
I know, it's true.
Yeah, this is part of the shoulder thing though, so that Matt can be more mindful of his posture and overall well-being.
Yeah, I'm 78, you guys. You got to give me some
1 and 2. tune. I haven't
That
thought
was
of
a
that
great
in
tune.
years.
Yeah.
Nice 3-parter. And I was thinking for those of you who maybe don't know all the tunes and you wanted to learn a 3-part tune like that, you can always just like say grab onto a repeating element, like in the C part. So if you just play D, B, D, be your way to kind of like find your footing. And I was also thinking, like with guitar players, with backers, bouzouki players out there, if there are tunes, the chords seem obtuse and you'd just for a moment want to hear the tune, but you also kind of want to play, you could always mute the left hand entirely and Matt has a whole series in the backers corner, whatever we called it, of working on just the strumming hand. So that's kind of a good thing to do, even if you do know the chords for a tune. Every once in a while, just kind of check in with how things are just feeling strumming wise.
Yeah, definitely.
Interesting.
Yeah, no, I mean it's not to geek out too far on this, but like the guitar, or any stringed instrument, your hands are doing two very different things. And so it makes sense to work on them individually when you can, and that's one really good way, is just to put a sock on it if you don't want to hold it. Just do that. And also, boy, would I love to go back to Italy. We were there years and years and years and years ago, and there are a number of good stories from that time. But one of them I recall was we had gotten a bottle of wine.
Oh, God. We were in Siena, and we were
Siena.
right in the Campo there, where they do the amazing horse race in August, if you've never been there, folks.
It kind of slopes downward. It kind of slopes down. We were kind of at the top, and one of us, we were with a friend, and I'll blame it on him, kicked over and broke this bottle of wine.
I'm sure it was me.
And so it started slowly but surely, inexorably trickling its way downward. And this is in the summer, there were many, many people sitting on there, and so we ran away.
That was not our finest moment.
It was not. No, we ducked out.
We've had a lot of not fine moments. And some of those are now recorded. Now that this is sort of the reality, some of them are now archived instead of just being a moment. So thank goodness that we weren't live streaming that.
Yeah.
So we're going to carry on with some jigs. We're going to play the Cliffs of Moher for Elizabeth. We're going to play the old favorite, was requested last time. And, Belgian beer is beautiful. Wouldn't it be great to go to Belgium? Wouldn't it be great to go back to, I was thinking too, this time last year, around this time, I was in Japan. And I had such a wonderful time, and I'm so delighted. And we were in Scotland in April. So delighted that we were able to do that last year. And if the plans had been for this year, what a disappointment.
It's but apparently now we just live on COVID Island, and we're going to be here for a while. So
and there's lots of ways to connect, and thank goodness that we have each other.
Yes.
I'm grateful for Matt's company and Nigel's company and all of your company. So we'll play some jigs in A minor. Do we want to call Cliffs of Moher in A minor?
Oh, yeah, we do.
And the old favorite in G. 84 is our target. 1, 2, ready.
Belgium party happening here?
I know. Last week there was a Michigan party, and this week there's a Belgian party, and it's so exciting.
I'm here for it.
It's so exciting. So, folks, I think we've come to the end of another. Almost dropped my flute. That would have been the seventh foible of the morning, of the day. Right. So, I don't know how many weeks we've done this. I don't know how many more weeks we will do this, but we'll be here next week. Be here for the next few weeks for sure. If you would like to know some of the tunes that we play with some regularity, we're trying to kind of keep running off of the guided session playlist-ish. You can check out ShannonHeatonMusic.com. I have an instruction page, and on there are lots of resources for this guided session. And there's also a post there of all of these tunes that I've been writing over the last few months. And so if you enjoy any of them, there's sheet music and some recordings for some of them, some videos for some of them. And you're welcome to just have them and play them if you enjoy them, or share with us your tunes that you've written. So, folks, thanks so much for joining us. Thanks so much for playing Irish music. It is comforting for us. We really don't feel all on this little island all by ourselves. We really do feel like there is, I do anyway, this huge bit of life going on all around us, even if we can't meet up in person. So, merci beaucoup to those of you tuning in from French-speaking countries. Trugares, arigato gozaimasu, tusen tak. Dziękuję, vielen Dank, danke sehr, grazie mille, gramahaguch, muchos gracias, evharisto, danku, sheshe, chwala vam, shukran, eskarikasko, tapalat, spasiba, ahehe, salamat po, terima kasih, diolch, toda, thank you, kamsahamnida, and kusanem. Kusanem. Thank you very much, all of you, for tuning in, and we'll finish with the Highland Laddie in a lovely march, and be so well.
And I'll just put in an extra quick plug that we're going to be doing a couple teaching weeks in July, Mad Week, and I think there's some other things on tap. So if you want to have a little more talk about this, we can do that.
Go ahead. Ladies and gentlemen, Matt Heaton. Woo! Folks, this is Nigel Heaton. You want to come say hi? Here we go. One. weekend, everyone.
Thanks a lot.